Saudi Arabia's intervention in Yemen, a complex and multifaceted conflict, is rooted in a combination of historical, geopolitical, and security-related factors. This intervention, initiated in 2015, has become a defining element of Middle Eastern politics, drawing international attention and criticism. Understanding why Saudi Arabia intervenes in Yemen requires a deep dive into the intertwined history of the two nations, regional power dynamics, and the strategic interests at play. The historical context of Saudi-Yemeni relations is crucial in understanding the current intervention. Historically, Yemen has been an area of strategic importance to Saudi Arabia, given its geographical location on Saudi Arabia's southern border. This proximity has long influenced Saudi policy towards Yemen, with Riyadh seeking to ensure that Yemen remains friendly or at least neutral, to safeguard its own national security. The rise of the Houthi movement in Yemen posed a direct challenge to Saudi Arabia's strategic interests. The Houthis, belonging to the Zaydi branch of Shia Islam, took control of large parts of Yemen, including the capital Sana'a. Riyadh views the Houthis as an Iranian proxy, and their ascendancy as a direct threat to its regional influence and internal security, fearing the spread of Iranian influence on its borders. Saudi Arabia's concerns about Iranian expansionism in the Middle East are a key driver of its intervention in Yemen. Riyadh perceives Tehran's support for the Houthis as part of a broader strategy to encircle Saudi Arabia with allied forces, including in Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon. This perception has led Saudi Arabia to respond aggressively to counter what it sees as Iranian geopolitical maneuvering. The sectarian dimension of the conflict, though often overstated, also plays a role in Saudi Arabia's intervention. The Sunni-majority Saudi Arabia is wary of the Shia-led Houthi movement gaining power, as it challenges the regional Sunni-Shia balance of power. This sectarian lens is part of a larger regional rivalry between Sunni-dominated Saudi Arabia and Shia-dominated Iran. The internal dynamics of Saudi politics also influence its intervention in Yemen. The Yemen campaign was initially seen as a way for the then newly appointed defense minister, Mohammed bin Salman, to assert his leadership and demonstrate strength. This intervention has become an important aspect of his foreign policy strategy since he became the crown prince. Saudi Arabia's intervention is not just military but also political. Riyadh aims to restore the internationally recognized government of President Abdrabbuh Mansur Hadi, who was ousted by the Houthis. This objective aligns with Saudi Arabia's goal of having a Yemeni government that is friendly and cooperative. Economic interests, including concerns over the security of maritime routes in the Red Sea, are also crucial. The Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a key choke point for global maritime trade, lies off the Yemeni coast. Control of this region is strategically important for Saudi Arabia to ensure the security of its oil exports and other maritime trade. The humanitarian crisis in Yemen, exacerbated by the conflict, presents a complex challenge for Saudi Arabia. While Riyadh has provided humanitarian aid to Yemen, its military campaign has been criticized for contributing to the humanitarian crisis, including widespread famine and destruction of civilian infrastructure. The international dimensions of the Saudi intervention in Yemen are significant. The conflict has drawn in various international actors, including the United States and the United Kingdom, who have provided support to the Saudi-led coalition. This international involvement has implications for global politics and the dynamics of the conflict. Public opinion within Saudi Arabia and the broader Arab world also impacts the intervention. Initially, there was significant support within Saudi Arabia for the campaign, seen as a necessary action against Iranian influence. However, as the conflict has dragged on, public sentiment has become more complex, with increasing concerns about the humanitarian costs and the lack of a clear resolution. The intervention in Yemen has become a contentious issue in Saudi Arabia's relations with Western countries. While Western nations have historically been allies of Saudi Arabia, the humanitarian crisis in Yemen has led to increasing criticism and calls for a reassessment of this relationship. The conflict in Yemen has significant implications for regional security. The instability in Yemen has the potential to spill over into neighboring countries, including Saudi Arabia, creating security challenges such as cross-border attacks and the proliferation of militant groups. The intervention has evolved over time, with shifts in military strategy, diplomatic efforts, and responses to international pressure. Saudi Arabia has had to navigate a complex and changing battlefield, adjust its tactics, and engage in diplomatic efforts to find a political solution to the conflict. The role of non-state actors and regional powers in the Yemen conflict adds layers of complexity to Saudi Arabia's intervention. Besides the Houthis and the Hadi government, Other groups like the Southern Transitional Council and tribal militias play a significant role in the conflict dynamics. The future trajectory of Saudi Arabia's intervention in Yemen remains uncertain. The conflict has proven to be more protracted and costly than Riyadh initially anticipated, posing challenges to its strategic objectives and international reputation. The resolution of the Yemen conflict is crucial for Saudi Arabia's long-term strategic interests. Finding a political solution that secures Saudi Arabia's borders, stabilizes Yemen, and counters Iranian influence remains a key foreign policy goal for Riyadh. In conclusion, Saudi Arabia's intervention in Yemen is a complex issue driven by a combination of historical ties, security concerns, regional power dynamics, and the rivalry with Iran. The conflict's resolution will have significant implications for Saudi Arabia's regional influence, internal politics, and relations with the international community. Thank you for watching this comprehensive analysis of why Saudi Arabia intervenes in Yemen. Your engagement and understanding of these complex issues are essential. Please like and subscribe to Middle East Info for more in-depth explorations into the pivotal events shaping the Middle East.